The music industry keeps growing and growing every single year, with the latest artists Pink Pantheress and Ice Spice making their way up to the top rapidly. Every time they release a music video, it becomes an instant success, getting millions of views within the first hours of release. But we also see many different artists falling off every year. Lil Mosey, for example, released one of his biggest hits ever in 2020, Blueberry Faygo, with the official music video racking up over 300 million views. And nowadays, he struggles to even maintain 1 million views. And the Kid Laroi is without a doubt one of the biggest artists of this decade, with his biggest hits being Without You, counting up to nearly 120 million views, and his biggest hit ever, Stay, slowly making its way up to 1 billion views. But recently, his views are nowhere near as close to what they used to always get on average. So what actually caused his views to drop so dramatically? Well, don't worry, because in this video, I'll talk about the start of his career, how he massively blew up, and come to the conclusion if he's still relevant or not. This is the story of the Kid Laroi. Charlton Howard, professionally known as the Kid Laroi, is a very popular artist from Sydney, Australia, mainly fitting into the pop and hip-hop genre. His music career started all the way back in 2015 to attending the Australian Performing Arts Grammar School in 2018 with one of his earliest songs ever, Blessings, to then becoming one of the biggest artists a few years later. So how did he get all of this success? Well, let's rewind to the start. Charlton, or famously known as Laroi, was born on the 17th of August 2003 in Waterloo, a suburb at the inner south of Sydney, Australia. He was raised by his mother and his uncle that moved him to Broken Hill at the age of 7, and he moved back to Waterloo at the age of 11, just 2 years before he started his music career. In 2015, Laroi started his music career with the stage name being Charlton at the time. Laroi met his former mentor and producer, DJ Ladykiller, that gave opportunities to perform live at his parties to a small audience, and would even be managed by him. Sometime later, they eventually formed a duo called Dream Team, where Laroi discovered his current stage name known as the Kid Laroi. The duo quickly got attention from the locals. For unknown reasons, the Dream Team duo stopped. Later on, Laroi was discovered by DJ Ziggy and was signed to his art management label. Laroi's debut EP, 14 with a Dream, was released in 2018. In the same year, Laroi got attention after becoming a finalist in the Triple J Unearthed High competition. A little while later in 2019, he signed a record deal with the rapper Lil Bibby and then was signed to Grade A Productions. Laroi was supported by the famously known Juice WRLD that tragically passed away later that same year, that mentored him on his Australian tours in 2018 and 2019. Not long before Juice WRLD passed away, he gave Laroi a free song feature for his birthday. And by the way, Juice WRLD features can cost all the way up to $200,000. So this was huge for the Kid Laroi.
I thought I couldn't make it, bro. I up all night recording this shit. That's cool. I'm sleeping all day, but shit. You know, I'm always good. I'll give you, we can make it hit for your birthday. I'll give you a verse, folks. That's a $200,000 gift, bro.
And that's how the song Go existed. And this exact song became one of his biggest songs ever. And right after that was when the Kid Laroi started seeing mega success. In December 2019, Laroi gained a huge amount of positive attention from the entire world when the music video for his song Let Her Go was uploaded on the Lyrical Lemonade YouTube channel, now sparking up to over 35 million views. In 2020, the Kid Laroi's success started off strong. He collabed with the rapper Lil Tecca to create a song Diva, and quickly uploaded a music video to the Lyrical Lemonade YouTube channel right after. The song very quickly grew to over 20 million views. This is where the Kid Laroi finally started growing a name for himself. In March 2020, he released the single Addison Rae, with the song being inspired by the famous TikToker that shared the same name. This song got some hilarious reactions.
Yo, who is Addison? Hold on, I'm gonna look this up, bro. Did you just make a song about a TikToker? I'm never listening to your shit again.
I don't like to have to go against Laroi, but that was not okay. Oh, I get the protective sister vibes, but this is me like just being like, what are you thinking?
Throughout 2020, he was constantly getting collabs and even released his first successful mixtape named F Love that featured some of his most popular tracks ever. Wrong with Lil Mosey, Selfish, and Go with Juice WRLD. Go then went on to become his first charting single on the US Billboard Hot 100, debuting at number 52. 2022. In July, he was featured on Juice WRLD's album Legends Never Die on the song Hate the Other Side, which debuted at number 10 on the Hot 100. The Kid Laroi shown appreciation with the tribute track Tell Me Why that received an instant blow up. Nearing the end of 2020, he released the second part to his 3-part mixtape titled F Love Savage that included the second most popular song ever, Without You, that even became a trending meme sound on TikTok. In 2021, Charlton boosted his success even further by collabing with Justin Bieber on his best performing song ever titled Stay, which received an instant blow up on TikTok and climbed to over 2 billion streams on Spotify, with the YouTube music video slowly counting up to 1 billion views. He even moved from the Grey Day Productions label to the same record label that Justin Bieber is signed with, which is definitely a really smart step towards his career. Within the same year, he even got Miley Cyrus to feature on Without You, which would have for sure increased the streams of the original version. And by late 2021, he released the third part to his mixtape, F Love Over You, that was received amazingly by the public. I wish people appreciated Laroi the way we do. Best album ever. I love all of his songs. Even though the Kid Laroi is gaining this much love and growth, there is still a lot of hate surrounding his name. Right after Juice WRLD sadly passed away, Grey Day threw the Kid Laroi onto a bunch of his unfinished songs such as Hate the Other Side and Reminds Me of You. A big amount of the Juice WRLD community thought this was Grey Day just throwing the Kid Laroi onto anything Juice WRLD related because he was their second biggest artist at the time. But apart from Grey Day, this also sparked a lot of hate towards the Kid Laroi. The artist Oliver Tree claimed that Laroi's music video director stole his ideas for the 1,000 Miles music video. These comparisons do actually look really similar, but this could be either a huge coincidence or even inspired by the Oliver Tree music video. The song A-Hole was released on the 10th of February 2021, while 1,000 Miles was released on the 22nd of April 2022. These two videos are posted over 1 year apart from each other. Is the Kid Laroi copying Oliver Tree? Let me know what you think in the comments. A bunch of people also say that Juice WRLD made the Kid Laroi. Yes, he definitely boosted him into the music industry, but Laroi still worked really hard to get where he is today. He started making music dating back to 2015 and didn't see much growth until late 2019. Meeting Juice WRLD definitely did help him a lot, and yes, he probably did change his life in so many ways, but there's always a full story behind everything. Despite all of his success in 2020 and 2021, everything started to drop in 2022. Throughout the entirety of 2022, Laroi only released one song which was titled 1,000 Miles. While this song was received greatly by the public, this wasn't enough to carry him throughout the whole year. In 2022, he promised an album that still isn't out to this day. So 2022 was a really stale year for the Kid Laroi. In 2023, he collabed with Epic Games to release an icon skin on Fortnite and even start a live event that featured some songs that should be on his next album. But since this live event, nothing else has happened with Laroi. So has the Kid Laroi fallen off? I wouldn't say he's completely fallen off, but he's obviously not doing as well as he did 2 years ago. This is all due to the fact that he's barely releasing any music. I think when his next album comes out, that's when the Kid Laroi will have his next blow up. I can gladly say that the Kid Laroi has a huge chance of being the next Justin Bieber of this generation. All he has to do is stay consistent. He's made it a lot farther than a lot of artists can get to, and he can for sure get even bigger in the industry. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so please consider leaving support.